Hi, boys and girls. Let's get into shape. This is a lesson about building and identifying shapes by me, Miss Kunze. So turn on your thinking caps because we're going to get started. Our grade level is first grade. Our lesson objectives today, boys and girls, are that students will be able to identify a shape when given its appearance, attributes, or name. Students will also be able to name the defining and non-defining attributes of a given shape. And last but certainly not least, students will be able to build a shape when given the described defining and non-defining attributes or the shape's name. Now, to get our brains activated, which shape is a rectangle? I want you to think of which answer you think is the rectangle in your head, and then I'll give you the correct answer. So I would give students just a minute to think about this, and then I would tell them the answer. Okay, boys and girls, and the answer is C. C was a rectangle. We know it's a rectangle because it has two shorter sides, two longer sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. And that's how we know it's a rectangle. Now, put these rectangles in order from shortest to longest. I would ask them to think about it in their heads, and then I would ask a student to come up to the board who's comfortable, and they would order them. So we would hope that the students would order them like so. Now, boys and girls, how do we know that the top rectangle is shorter than the bottom? Well, let me tell you. We know that the top rectangle is shorter than the bottom rectangle because of the middle rectangle. We know because of the middle rectangle is longer than the one on top, but shorter than the one on the bottom. This middle rectangle is longer than the top one, but shorter than the bottom. These facts tell us that the one on the top must be shorter than the one on the bottom. That's how we know that the shorter first rectangle is shorter than the longer rectangle. Now, one last thinking question to get us started. Even though these triangles are different sizes, because we've got really big and really small, different colors, we've got blues, greens, rainbow, and even pink, and orientations because they're flipped upside down all around. Even though these triangles are different sizes, colors, and orientations, are they still triangles? That's a tough question, isn't it? I want you to think about this in your head for a minute, and then we're going to watch a video. So I would give students a minute's time to really just ponder this question, and then we would move on to our video that's going to tell us if they are still triangles, even though they're different sizes, colors, and orientations. Let's find out.
Once upon a time, in a place very far away, there was a small and special land known as Triangle Land. Everything in Triangle Land, from the biggest buildings to the fastest cars, were all made out of triangles. In the middle of the land, there was even a triangle park, where all of the triangle friends gathered to play ball and have fun all day. In Triangle Land, there were all kinds of triangles of different colors and different sizes. Everywhere you looked, there was triangles. Orange triangles, blue triangles, big triangles, small triangles, short and long triangles, and of course, the best triangles of all, happy triangles. Then one day, while all the triangles played, they spotted someone new and different who had come to Triangle Land. He looked like all of the other triangle friends, but was he a triangle? He was a different color than all of the other triangles and was facing a different way. "Are you a triangle?" a triangle asked him. "I don't know," he replied. "What makes a triangle a triangle?" they both wondered. All triangles have two distinguishing features. Distinguishing features are special characteristics that make each shape unique. The two distinguishing features of triangles are that they have three sides that connect at three corners. Non-distinguishing features are characteristics that do not make shapes unique, like color, size, or orientation. It does not matter if it's blue or pink, big or small, or which way it's facing. If a shape has three sides and they connect at three corners, then it's a triangle. All of the triangles were happy and celebrated that they were able to figure out what makes a triangle by looking at their distinguishing features, and they welcomed their new and different triangle friend. The end.
Okay, so that answers our question, which was, even though these triangles are different sizes and colors and orientations, are they still triangles? And I hope you said yes, because they are. We know that the red triangles were kind of startled when the blue triangles came, because they were different colors and facing a different way. But now we know that as long as a triangle has three sides, is closed, and has three corners, it's a triangle, no matter its color, the way it's facing, or its size. But what is a defining attribute and what's a non-defining attribute? So, a defining attribute is an attribute that matters. An attribute is an important part of a shape that makes it a shape. That's what a defining attribute is. It's an important part of a shape that makes it a shape. A shape is to have these special defining attributes to make it a shape, such as the number of sides it has. Another defining attribute of a shape is that it has to be closed. If the shape is not closed, it's not considered a shape. And this is an important defining attribute because the shape needs it to be a shape. Another defining attribute of shapes is the number of corners. This tells us what kind of shape it is, so it's very important. Now, a non-defining attribute is an unimportant part of a shape. It's a part of a shape that does not matter. A shape can have any of the non-defining attributes and still be a shape, such as the shape size doesn't matter. It can be big or little and still be a hexagon. The orientation of a shape doesn't matter. It can be flipped upside down or all around and still be that shape. And the color of the shape doesn't matter. It does not matter whether it's pink or blue or red. It's still that shape. So those are non-defining attributes or unimportant parts. Defining attributes are very important parts that make a shape a shape. Now, what are the defining attributes of this triangle? Well, we know some of the defining attributes, so let's find out. Well, it's definitely the three sides. We know a triangle needs three sides to be a triangle. We also know a defining attribute is the shape has to be closed to make it a shape. So that's a defining attribute of it as well. We also know that the triangle has to have 3 corners to be a triangle. What are the non-defining attributes of this triangle? Well, we know that the triangle can be flipped any way and still be a triangle. So the orientation doesn't matter. That's a non-defining attribute. The size of the triangle also doesn't matter. It can be any size and still be a triangle. The color of the triangle also does not matter, so it's a non-defining attribute. What are the defining attributes of this square? Well, the square needs 4 corners to be a square, so that's a defining attribute. The square also needs 4 sides to be a square, so that's also a defining attribute because it makes the square a square. We also know a shape needs to be closed to be considered a shape, so that's also a defining attribute. The orientation is a non-defining attribute, which is an unimportant part of the shape. The color is also a non-defining attribute of this square, and so is the size. It can be any size, any color, and shaped or flipped any different way and still be considered a square. What are the defining attributes of this trapezoid? Well, we know that the defining attribute has to be that it has 4 sides. The 4 sides are an important part of making it a trapezoid. The 4 corners are also a defining attribute of the trapezoid. It also needs to be closed to be considered a trapezoid, so this is also a defining attribute. What are the non-defining attributes of this trapezoid? Well, the orientation does not matter, so that's a non-defining attribute. The size also does not matter, and neither does the color, and these are all non-defining attributes. Ding, ding, ding! Thinking checkpoint. What shape has 3 sides and 3 corners? All right, boys and girls, at this point, take out your pencil and paper and quickly jot down the answer you think is correct. And I would give students about a minute to answer these questions, but for time's sake, we're going to go through them quickly. What shape has 3 sides and 3 corners? Ding, ding, ding. If you answered A, a triangle, you are correct. What shape is this? This is pick the answer that you think is best. And then I would give them some time to do this. And this is a trapezoid, so if you answered C, you are correct. Which shape is a hexagon? And now I would give students time to answer this, and hopefully they answer B is correct. Now, boys and girls, we have a bonus question. The bonus is, can you draw a shape that has 4 corners, 2 sides that are long, and 2 sides that are short? And obviously students would do this on their pages, and I would check in to make sure all of these answers are correct, and those that got wrong, we might go back over to make sure students are really set to move on to the next part of the lesson. At this point of the lesson, I would just go over the defining and non-defining attributes definitions, and then answer any questions students have about this and go back over examples. Then we would transition to let's play a game and practice what we learned through our Splash Learn game, in which students would be using, the game would say the name of the shape, and students would pick out the shape based on its attributes. So they're going to have shapes of all different sizes, colors, and orientations, and even some shapes that will have missing pieces, so they won't be closed, and they'll have to pick the correct shapes out of this, and they have to identify them based off of their attributes, which is really good at supporting the lesson. During this time of practice, obviously, I would monitor the students and answer any questions they have, guiding them to the correct answer so that they're ready to move on for the part where we assess what they learn. And we would do this through our lovely Kahoot. And this Kahoot just really addresses what was stated in the lesson objectives. For example, so we've got these questions right here. And for example, number 2 really addresses the building of the shapes. You can draw a shape with 3 sides and 3 corners in the air with your finger, and students have to build that shape in the air. Thus, this is my lesson. Thank you so much for watching and learning with me today. Can't wait to see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.